Hello, my name is Christine Vesciusi from the Division of Child Care Services. Welcome to the New York State Office of Children and Family Services applicant webinar for the release of Request for Proposal 1179 Empire State Child Care Share, referred to throughout this presentation as ESCCS. The purpose of today's webinar is to provide an overview of the core requirements of this RFP. Today's agenda includes welcome and introductions from our OCFS team, program overview, proposal content, the submission and evaluation process, the due date for the submission of proposals, and information regarding questions and answers. Today's presenters include our team from the Division of Child Care Services and the Bureau of Contract Management. Following the webinar, applicants should submit all questions to the Director of Contracts via email at funding@ocfs.ny.gov or by hard copy at the address on the screen. We will now begin our overview of the Empire State Child Care Share Pilot Program. In the 2024-2025 New York fiscal budget, $4.8 million was appropriated for the development of the Empire State Child Care Share Pilot Program. Through the Empire State Child Care Share Pilot Program, the cost of childcare is shared three ways: by the family, the employer, and the state of New York, with the Empire State Child Care Share issuing the New York State portion of the child care cost. The pilot program aims to increase families' access to safe, affordable, and high-quality childcare, to increase employee retention in the workforce, and to improve the financial stability of the childcare providers. The goals of the Empire State Child Care Share are to help eligible families that make between 85% and 100% of the state median income access childcare that meets their needs and enables them to remain or enter the workforce. The program's goals are also to empower employers with an innovative recruitment and retention tool, and to support childcare providers by diversifying funding sources and creating business partnerships. The Empire State Child Care Share will be implemented regionally to support the childcare needs of working families in New York's rural, suburban, and urban communities. Regional implementation will provide facilitator hubs greater ability to inform, recruit, and enroll eligible families and partner with employers and childcare providers. 3 not-for-profit organizations will be selected to serve as regional facilitator hubs. Applicants will apply to serve communities as highlighted in the chart. Hub 1 will serve regions 1 and/or 2, Buffalo and/or Rochester. Hub 2 will serve regions 3 and/or 4, Syracuse and/or Albany. Hub 3 will serve regions 5 and/or 7, Westchester and/or Long Island. Only 1 award will be given per hub. Please refer to section 2.1 in the RFP for more information on the regional implementation of the program. I will now hand it over to my colleague Karina, who will continue to explain the role of the facilitator hubs.
Thank you, Christine. The role of the facilitator hubs are to serve as the administrative partner and project managers of the Empire State Child Care Share. Their duties will include recruiting and partnering with employers, assisting families with finding child care, and partnering with child care providers. The facilitator hubs will provide the overall program management of the Empire State Child Care Share and act as a liaison between the employers, families, and child care providers. They will be responsible for issuing the New York State portion of the child care costs and will serve as administrative partners reporting directly to OCFS. All final decisions about the pilot program's strategic direction and vision will be made by OCFS. For more information on facilitator hubs, please refer to section 2.3 in the RFP. The requirements of the Empire State Child Care Share and duties of the facilitator hubs are the following: to recruit and partner with employers and child care providers, to assist eligible families in finding child care and provide them program administration. The facilitator hubs will be responsible for centralizing and automating family enrollment, as well as centralizing and automating payments. The hubs will need to meet and report requirements and record outcomes and performance measures. For more information on the requirements of the program and facilitator hubs, please refer to section 4.1 in the RFP. To be eligible for the program, applicants must be not-for-profit organizations with at least 3 years of experience providing technical assistance and support to child care providers. Applicants must have 3 years of experience working collaboratively with child care providers on a county, regional, or statewide basis. Applicants must also have 1 year of existing relationships with employers or businesses on a county, regional, or statewide basis. Eligible applicants must be pre-qualified, if not exempt by the application. Please refer to section 3.1 and 3.2 in the RFP for minimum qualifications for all required eligibility criteria, as well as the pre-qualification process. Awarded facilitator hubs will receive approximately $1.6 million each for the full 2-year contract term. 15%, or approximately $240,000 of the award, can be used for administrative and personnel expenses. 85%, or approximately $1,360,000, must be used to cover the child care expenses for approximately 272 children per facilitator hub. The Empire State Child Care Share pilot program will serve approximately 816 children. Please refer to section 2.3 in the RFP for more information on available funding. The contract terms for the Empire State Child Care Share will be for 2 years with up to 2 one-year renewals for a total contract term of up to 4 years. The anticipated start date is September 1st, 2025. The anticipated end date is August 31st, 2027. With the option of renewing 1 year, the end date would be August 31st, 2028, or with the option of renewing 2 years, the end date is August 31st, 2029. The decision to renew and fund the contract for years 3 or 4 will be at the discretion of OCFS and the New York State Office of Comptroller. Funding is anticipated to be available for the first year of the contract. The award of a multi-year contract does not guarantee funding for subsequent years. Payments cannot be made prior to the formal execution of a contract and approval by the Office of the State Comptroller. Please refer to section 2.4 in the RFP for additional information about the contract terms. Awardees will be available to request an advance for up to 25% within the contract term. OCFS will recoup the advance payments by crediting 33.3% of the subsequent claims, and such claims will be reduced until the advance is fully recovered. The grant fund must supplement, not supplant, existing services or funds. Please refer to section 5.2 and attachment 1 budget template for more information on allowable expenses, including staffing, computers, supplies, educational materials, staff travel costs, training, and payroll fees. Please refer to section 5.2 in the RFP for additional information regarding non-allowable expenses, including but not limited to interest costs, capital expenditures, legal fees, entertainment costs, and expenses incurred prior to the start of the contract period. The total administrative cost for the Empire State Child Care Share shall not exceed 15% of the total annual award. Administrative costs or costs that cannot be allocated to the program services but are required to run the program and include staff, rent, phone, IT support, and accounting. Please see RFP section 5.2 for additional information on administrative costs. New York State is piloting the Empire State Child Care Share to learn the level of interest from New York State employers in contributing to the cost of child care for their employees and to learn how to structure the program to work best for eligible families, employers, and the state of New York. We will now be turning things over to our team in the Bureau of Contract Management.
Hello, everybody. My name is Theodore Chmielewski. I'm with the OCFS Bureau of Contract Management, and we would like to talk about some of the administrative requirements for this RFP. So all documents and forms that are available for this RFP can be found on the OCFS website and the New York State Contract Reporter. Please note that the documents posted to both of these locations are the same, so it doesn't matter where you download them from. We recommend that you download the RFP and all attachments, read through the RFP in its entirety prior to beginning work on your application. So the pre-qualification process that was mentioned earlier, information for this can be found in RFP section 3.2. So all not-for-profit applicants are required to be pre-qualified in the statewide financial system on the application deadline. So if you're not aware of your pre-qualification status, we recommend that you log in without delay and check on it. If you're not registered in SFS, we recommend that you begin the registration process without delay, as sometimes this process can take some time. There are some guidance documents available in RFP section 3.2 in addition to the links on this slide. So the technical proposal content, work plan, can be found in RFP section 5.1. It consists of a variety of sections, such as business organization and history, scope of services, target population, competence, experience, and staff capacity, and commitment to DEI. So the content and information in section 5.1 aligns with the questions that are specified in proposal content section 5.4 of the RFP, and these are the same as the questions that you will find in the attachment 2, which is your application template. In RFP section 5.4, we talk about the contents of your proposal. It's going to be broken up into multiple parts. The first part is the online administrative form. You'll find that the eligibility questions and the administrative questions in the RFP section 5.4 will be answered in the online administrative form, which is a Microsoft form format. There's also the attachment 1 budget template, which is required, in addition to the attachment 2 application template, which aligns with the program-specific questions and the budget questions that are outlined in RFP section 5.4. This attachment is also required. Now, other documents will include attachment 3, the organizational experience, and that will be crucial to demonstrate that your organization meets the minimum eligibility criteria to be eligible to apply. So you'll want to ensure that all components of the proposal are thoroughly addressed in your submission, and we definitely recommend that you refer to RFP section 5.4 for more information. So the two primary steps for all applicants to submit their proposals, the whole process can be found in RFP section 5.5. The first step is going to be the completion of your online application form. So this form is not available yet as of the time of this recording, but it will be available soon. It will be made available on the date specified in Section 1.2 Calendar of Events. We typically post this alongside the release of the questions and answers. Please read all of the questions and answers prior to completing and submitting your application. After submitting your response to the online administrative form, you'll receive an automated email from OCFS instructing you as to your application number and the status of your submission so far. It will instruct you to reply to the confirmation email, attach all of the required documents that we mentioned in the previous slide, and submit that to OCFS. So the recommended approach to proceed will be to download the RFP and all attachments, either from the OCFS Funding Opportunities page or from the New York State Contract Reporter. We recommend that you complete all required documents and forms and prepare the information that's requested in Section 5.4 of the RFP. The next recommended step is to add funding at ocfs.ny.gov to your email address book. This email address is the primary point of contact for this RFP, and it's going to be the email address that you submit your documents to, and this will also be the email address that sends you your automated confirmation email with your application number when you complete your online administrative form. If you don't receive any emails, please check your spam filter. Please ensure that your organization is not filtering or blocking your emails. So the next step would be to complete, so I guess I already mentioned this. So you would first complete your online application form, ensuring that you add funding at ocfs.ny.gov to your address book. You'll receive your confirmation email, and then you'll reply to the confirmation email with the documents that we just mentioned. So as I mentioned in a previous slide, the link to the online administrative form will be posted in the Q&A document, but it'll also be posted in the description of the New York State Contract Reporter and to the procurement description on the OCFS Funding Opportunities webpage. So you'll be able to find the link in multiple different places. In RFP Section 6.0, we discuss how the evaluation process will go down. So after submitting your online administrative form, receiving your application number, and receiving your automated email, you'll take all of your completed application documents, preferably finalized, after you read everything in the release of the official questions and answers, just to make sure that you incorporate any of the clarifications received. And then you would submit all of your required documents to OCFS via email to funding@ocfs.ny.gov. After the opportunity closes, your applications will be evaluated and scored by trained reviewers using a structured, pre-approved evaluation instrument. We'll first evaluate your application using a pass-fail process, verifying that you meet all of the eligibility criteria outlined in RFP Section 3.1. If you pass the eligibility review, you'll proceed to a technical and cost evaluation, and your application will receive a numerical score. The award recommendations for this RFP will be based on the highest scoring applications within the identified regions, ranked by final average score. So next, we would like to discuss the due dates and specifically submission of proposals. You will find the calendar of events in Section 1.2 of the RFP. You'll note that there are multiple dates that are very important and would require your attention. This applicant webinar will be posted on or about April 8th. The deadline for submission of written questions will be on April 15th. Please send all of your questions in writing to the contact identified in the RFP, which is funding@ocfs.ny.gov. Comprehensive responses to all written questions will be published on or about May 6th, and we will also make available the online administrative form to begin your proposal submission process. The recommended deadline for not-for-profit applicants to be pre-qualified by is April 13th, and the deadline for submission of proposals will be May 20th. So the due date for submission of proposals is currently May 20th, 2025 by 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And I would like to mention that as of the date this applicant webinar is published, this is the calendar of events. However, if at any point amendments are made to the RFP, please know that the calendar of events in the amended RFP takes priority over anything mentioned here. All proposals must be submitted by the deadline for submission of proposals in RFP Section 1.2 Calendar of Events. Both of the following steps must be submitted for your application process to be considered complete. You must complete Step 1, which is the online application form. Then you must complete Step 2, which is the email submission of your required attachments and documents submitted to OCFS. You'd want to double check all of the documents you have attached to your email listed in RFP Section 5.4 before submitting. And if you are a not-for-profit applicant, please remember that pre-qualification applies to you. So the deadline is the deadline. OCFS highly recommends that proposals are submitted well in advance of the deadline. 48 hours or more prior to the deadline is considered a good practice. Waiting until the last day to submit your applications to OCFS is not recommended. This is because some applicants might encounter unanticipated issues, which could be a wide range. It could be anything. It could be your power might go out, your internet might fail, your computer might crash, you might be stuck in traffic that day, there might be something unintended going on with your family, etc. So we understand that things happen. However, it is very important for OCFS to treat all applicants equally. So situations arising outside of work or having unanticipated technical issues are not a valid justification for late submissions. Additionally, if you were to encounter any issues when submitting, if you wait until the last day to contact OCFS, we might not have enough time to provide you with assistance. So please remember, there are many other competitive funding opportunities going on at the same time. It's possible that the OCFS, the funding mailbox, could potentially be receiving hundreds of emails. So it does take us some time to process through all of that. So if you attempt to submit your proposal or application early, that will definitely help us help you. So just for some reminders, missing or not satisfying any of the requirements listed in RFP Section 3.1 minimum qualifications will cause your proposal to be disqualified. You will want to consult RFP Section 5.5 proposal submittal process for detailed instructions, guidance documents, best practices, contact information for obtaining assistance, and other resources. One last thing that I would like to mention, if you complete the online administrative form, which is step 1 of the application process, if you do not receive your automated email instructing you as to your application number and as to the status of your submission, first, please check your spam filter. And if you have not received the email, please contact OCFS without delay at funding@ocfs.ny.gov, and we will be able to assist you with that. Additionally, when submitting all of your required supporting documentations via email to OCFS, you will receive a confirmation email response from us within 24 to 48 hours. We try to respond as quickly as possible, but please know that there are only a few of us and there might be very many applications. So if you do not receive the confirmation email, either the automated one from your web form submission or the receipt email that we send you after we receive your required documents, all applicants are responsible for contacting OCFS prior to the deadline. So if you don't receive either of those emails, please reach out to us and we'll do our best to assist you. As mentioned earlier on a previous slide, all questions must be submitted to OCFS in writing, with email preferred, at funding@ocfs.ny.gov. Answers to all of the questions will be posted together, so all prospective applicants receive the same answers. The comprehensive responses to the written questions will be posted on or about May 6th. All questions must be submitted to OCFS by April 15th. Answers to all questions will be posted to the OCFS website, the Funding Opportunities page, or in the New York State Contract Reporter. So this concludes the applicant webinar for RFP 1179, the Empire State Child Care Share. We hope you found the information we presented helpful, and we look forward to receiving all of your applications. Thank you and have a great day.